Tap Titans 3.0 is finally out. Normally with the patch release, I read you the patch notes, try to put it in layman speak and elaborate where I can. I'm not doing that this time. I'm done with that. I'll link the notes in the description. You're going to have to learn to read today. The coveted, the esteemed, the hyped to death patch 3.0. It dropped a couple of days ago. With every major patch drop, you expect teething problems. Lest we forget the great fires of Christmas 2017. I think that's when it was anyway. I wasn't there. I was on my year-long hiatus from this game, probably at the beach somewhere enjoying life. Now I was told, compared to the great server fires of 17, this was smooth sailing. I was also told this was a complete mess, an abortion if you will, coat hanger style. Yes, some people had to start at horrendously low stages. Stages they forgot even existed. Then had to make the hard fought fight back up 50k plus stages. Thankfully, mostly only iOS users had to deal with this, as Android missed out in the first half of the day waiting on Google. What a bizarre twist. iOS releasing before Android? Thank you to them for finding a bunch of issues for us, so that when we finally launched on Android, they were all still there and we all suffered together. I don't really even know where to start with the issues. There are so many in this. People failing to make their max stages, people pushing so far past their max stage with heroes that unlocked pre-patch, which in no way could they afford post-patch, massive server lag, missed daily quests, broken login streaks, new dailies not letting you collect rewards, the snap nerf disguised as a buff, watching ads on repeat and not having them register. Again, lag, no equip pickups for you, you want a conversation with your guild? Not today. Broken tournament brackets, worse than ever before, especially now that we can see so much information about our opponents and see how heavily mismatched we all are. People with very few sets early in the game having their bonuses switched, making their mythics worthless. It's okay though guys, you can have 20 shards. Problem solved, right? Seriously? 20 shards and 100 diamonds I guess for my now worthless mythic. Thanks a lot. Crafting power was nerfed to death. No relics for you. Scaling. Well, scaling just hurts. Not for Go Diggity and Hades though, they bloody just pushed to 70k without even knowing there was a new cap, almost immediately. Disgusting. I can't wait to see that sub 3-minute run though. This is just a few of the issues that I've seen either on Reddit or in the Discord or have experienced myself. I imagine Game Hive right now are just... I would be. There's no way I'd be looking at Reddit. So I did a video on crafting power and how broken it was, and yes, it needed a nerf. It is entirely justified. With all the other nerfs though, and progression being as steep as it is, it hits a little harder than I expected. And while all of these issues are frustrating, niggly, annoying, whatever you want to call it, they aren't the big issue with this patch. The big underlying issue is that the patch sucks. It outright sucks. There is nothing new, nothing innovative that will keep me coming back. The main game progression is as stale as it has been for months. 2.0 was a game changer and it was substantial. This just missed the mark and focused entirely on the wrong area of the game. Yes, there is a nice UI change. Yes, there are raids, and I'm sure by now you've all done a few. Waited a day, then killed it in under a minute. Cool, enjoy waiting, since that is the biggest addition this patch. Waiting for that 24-hour prep phase, or until your inactive clan amasses enough tickets to be able to start another one. Enjoy the courtesy lag-induced tickets while you've got them. Eventually you're going to struggle. Yes, raids will eventually get harder and last longer than a minute, and eventually you will have to coordinate to some degree and try to utilize your cards efficiently to get through the armor or whatever. But at the end of the day, this is still just the chore you do to progress the main game. The reason people play Tap Titans 2 is to increase their max stage. Doing clan stuff aids in this, so raids are just clan quests, but prettier and way less often. You want to climb that leaderboard? Tough shit, it's not happening. For example, the difference between 6th and 5th at our current XP rate is 30 raids. That's 30 raids that 6th has to do, that 5th is doing nothing for them to be able to catch up in raid XP. 30 raids at what, 2 to 3 days per raid? Unless everyone above us completely dies off, no way anyone's moving. The leaderboard will remain as it is, as it has always been. Now, less often. Less often isn't necessarily a bad thing. I hated setting an alarm every 6 hours, so this is welcome, but it's not keeping me in the game. It's not bringing me back to the game. It certainly isn't the clan overhaul it was touted to be. It's a clan quest overhaul at best. Sorry to all the fresh clans out there or the struggling lower clans. It's now worse for you than ever. Before you could try really hard, burn your own diamonds or whatever and progress. Now, No way. Unless you have a fully active clan, it's dead. You just can't do anything anymore. At least before you could kind of hit a clan quest and do nothing or beat it. Now you'll be lucky if you can launch a clan raid every week or two. I don't even blame GameHive for how far off the mark this patch is. Not entirely anyway. It's not all them. It's the hordes of people who blow smoke up their ass and tell them everything is amazing. Everything is perfect. This is the best idea. Thank you for your service. No one can ever say anything negative about it or they get ripped to shreds. So instead, I get DMs about it. Unfortunately, me getting a bunch of DMs does nothing. I'm just one voice. And although I've been saying it from the start, it means very little when I'm a cynical pessimist already and everybody else claims to love it and praises it. Then talks about quitting the moment it drops, of course. If you're a developer, you go with the masses. The masses said yes. So that's about the crux of it. Raid and wait instead of clan quests. There's nerfs left, right and centre. A new cap, new arts, new sets. You know, what you want, right? The usual. It probably would have been fine if this dropped in November last year. But after this period of time, I expected more. Now, with everything I've said, you probably expect me not to play the game anymore. So what am I going to do going forward? Well, I like the people I'm in a clan with. I enjoy the yarns, so I'll chill with them. I'll do a mindless hit every once in a while. Not for me, not because I enjoy it, but because they're alright. And it's a very small thing to do to make it more enjoyable for those that somehow muster the patience to keep doing this. I'll still do guides if requested or if any of the mod team or anyone want me to. I don't expect it though with me incessantly shitting on them. I'll definitely do an updated how-to for MMLH's optimizer. I'll have a yarn with him at some point, get him to teach me what the fuck I'm doing so I don't look like an idiot. And I can actually teach you guys properly. I feel somewhat obliged to do that with the Heroku app going down. I mean, it's not my fault, but I did a guide for it and now it doesn't work. So I'll do that at least. I mean, I have the platform here, it'd be a shame not to use it. So in that regard, I'll still help where I can and I will continue to be cynical and I'll openly voice my concern. If you ever want me to pass anything on, hit me up in Discord and I'll do my best. Alright, before I go, I'm going to do a little shout out to probably the biggest idiot I've ever seen. Look at this. Out of control. Yes, you have genuine complaints about 3.0. Yes, there are actual issues. This dude... You're outstanding, mate. I've never seen something so stupid in my life. I thought I'd throw that in there just to show you how ridiculous some of the feedback GameHive gets is. So you can forgive them for having to try and filter through this sort of thing to get to the real genuine concerns. If you enjoy the patch, I'm sure I'm about to hear about it, but just go ahead and enjoy it. Don't let my opinion sway you. I'm just a dude in a little tiny room with a green wall in his garage who taps his phone instead of tapping his missus. Why am I here?